Okay, I think it's worthwhile going over the difference between these three signs, because I find a lot of people don't seem to understand the difference. So the sign that says merge is telling you that you need to make your way into another lane. So you often find this coming up to merge onto the highway, let's say. And it's saying that if you're in this lane, you need to match the flow of traffic on this road and find where is it that you can enter into this lane. Okay, so it's not necessarily telling you to yield here or stop. In fact, that's not what it's saying to you. It's saying match the speed of the flow of traffic and find your way into this lane safely. So you're going to signal, you're going to shoulder check, find how you're going to match the speed up to the speed limit and make your way over. Now, this is different than a yield sign. So you find yield signs coming up to, let's say, a slip lane. So you're coming up to get onto a new road. And as you're going into this slip lane, you realize there's a yield sign here. And this yield sign is telling you, be prepared to stop. Be prepared to stop. So that means it doesn't matter that you're coming in. It matters that you're not impeding anyone's movement on this road here. Okay, so we've talked about the slip lanes in another video, but again, these two are different things. Sometimes I see people coming up to merge onto the highway and then they disregard their merge sign and they treat it like there's a yield sign here. So they're slowing down to stop at the end of this lane when the flow of traffic is steadily flowing. And that's very dangerous, right? Because the car behind you is not expecting you to suddenly stop at the end of this lane. They were expecting you to merge onto this road. Whereas here, we can't assume that we can just merge, right, at the flow of the traffic here. We have to be ready to yield at this point and let them pass by. Okay? And this lane ending sign, right? So sometimes you'll see lane on the right is ending, or you'll see the reverse of it. So lane on the left is ending. Same idea, right? Whichever lane you're in. So if you're in the right lane and it's ending, you need to signal and shoulder check and safely change your way into the other lane. Oftentimes, you'll find this sign posted with the merge sign here. It says, hey, lane on the right is ending. I'm coming onto the highway. And then it's telling me, look, you need to merge. Okay? So in a sense, they're telling you the same thing. You're trying to do a safe lane change into another lane. However, the merge is saying with the flow of traffic, right? And this in general, you're trying to do with the flow of traffic, but we have to make sure it's safe. So just because my lane is ending doesn't necessarily mean that I can just make my own way in there. I have to make sure that there's a gap. So these two signs are closely related to one another, whereas this sign is telling you be prepared to stop if it becomes necessary. So maximum 10 kilometers an hour coming towards the sign so you can stop before you enter into the flow of traffic here if there's traffic on this road. Okay, so please be clear about the differences of this. You'll see this has a yellow background, this has a yellow background, whereas with the yield signs, the outer edge of it is red. And you should be thinking, any sign that has red on it is trying to tell me something really, really important. And the red generally denotes that I need to come to a stop, or I need to be ready to stop. In the case of a yield sign, I need to be ready to stop. I don't necessarily need to make a full stop here, but my speed better be in such a way that it allows me to stop if I need to.